Jackdaw, a seasoned investigative journalist with a nose for trouble, wasn't buying the official narrative. He had seen too many cover-ups in his career. Armed with a worn trench coat, a sharp mind, and a flask of aged bourbon for those lonely nights poring over documents, Jackdaw dove headfirst into the murky waters of the JFK assassination. He started with Oswald. The ex-Marine seemed like a patsy, a convenient fall guy with communist sympathies. Digging into Oswald's past, Jackdaw discovered connections to New Orleans, a city teeming with anti-Castro Cubans and mafia muscle. A name kept popping up: David Ferry, a former pilot with ties to both the CIA and organized crime. Jackdaw tracked him down, a wiry man with a haunted look in his eyes. Ferry denied knowing Oswald but admitted to associating with anti-Castro exiles furious with Kennedy. He hinted at a larger plot, a web of players where loyalty was as disposable as a cigarette butt. Meanwhile, Jackdaw befriended a former Dallas cop, a gruff man named Hank who had been stationed at Dealey Plaza that fateful day. Hank swore he saw a puff of smoke erupt from the grassy knoll, seconds before the president was hit. He claimed the Warren Commission had ignored his testimony, fearing public outcry over a multi-shooter scenario. Days bled into weeks as Jackdaw chased leads, sifting through grainy photographs and classified documents obtained through dubious connections. He interviewed disgruntled CIA agents, their paranoia simmering just beneath the surface. They spoke of rogue operatives within the agency, men who saw Kennedy as a threat to their Cold War machinations. One night, hunched over a cluttered desk in his dingy apartment, Jackdaw pieced together a chilling theory. The Mafia, angered by Kennedy's crackdown on their activities, conspired with anti-Castro Cubans to eliminate the president. The CIA, with its own agenda, either turned a blind eye or actively facilitated the assassination. Oswald, perhaps a gullible pawn or a patsy framed for the deed, served as the convenient lone gunman. Jackdaw decided to go public. He wrote a scathing exposé, laying out the evidence and his conclusions. He contacted major newspapers, his heart pounding with a mixture of fear and determination. But the response was chilling. Editors expressed sympathy but worried about repercussions. The story was too explosive, the powers that be too entrenched. Dejected but not defeated, Jackdaw resorted to alternative means. He printed his exposé on a small press, distributing it anonymously at universities and political meetings. The response was electric. Students, veterans, and others disillusioned with the official narrative devoured his words. Jackdaw became a symbol of truth-seeking, a thorn in the side of the establishment. However, his success came at a price. Threats started appearing, anonymous phone calls filled with static, a warning shot fired through his window. He knew they were watching his every move, waiting to silence him. One night, after a particularly close call, Jackdaw realized he needed help. He reached out to a former colleague, a woman named Sarah, known for her investigative prowess and steely nerves. Sarah, a seasoned reporter with a network of contacts, agreed to help. Together, they decided to focus on the physical evidence. They re-examined the Zapruder film, a graphic home movie capturing the assassination, frame by frame. Ballistics experts they consulted cast doubt on the magic bullet theory. The autopsy photos, obtained through a risky back channel, hinted at a shot originating from the front, not the Texas school book depository. With Sarah's connections, they managed to interview a reluctant witness, a Parkland hospital nurse who claimed a different body, riddled with bullet holes, had arrived before President Kennedy. This corroborated rumors of a body double, a chilling detail that could explain away discrepancies in the official narrative. Just as they were getting close, disaster struck. Sarah received a cryptic message, a veiled threat. The next day, her apartment was ransacked, her computer wiped clean. Fear hung heavy in the air. They knew they were getting too close to the truth, and the forces behind the assassination wouldn't hesitate to eliminate them. Jackdaw, fueled by a mixture of anger and desperation, decided on a risky gamble. He contacted Jim Garrison, the controversial New Orleans district attorney notorious for his investigation into a JFK assassination conspiracy. Garrison, ostracized by the mainstream media, was a long shot, but Jackdaw saw him as their only hope. Garrison, intrigued by Jackdaw and Sarah's findings, agreed to meet. In a tense hotel room, they laid out their evidence, the years of relentless investigation taking its toll on their faces. Garrison listened intently, the weight of the situation evident in his furrowed brow. He promised to help, but warned them of the dangers involved.